Okay, let's listen to Gift. Gift, I don't know if it's Gift Maseko, I don't know his name. Let's just listen to this.
Asonto, like for example lawo wameshinayo omningi babo kunama-question angeke basiphendule wona today for ize sisi uma singabuza ukuthi itiye likuphi ebhayibhelini lelinganashukela, you know, akekho ongasicocela ukuthi likuphi itiye. Today mina ngiyiphuza itiye because indayela.
It's not written. This is just it about human beings. This is just it. You know, this is going to be a short one. This is just it about human beings. You know, if you understand what is God, then you will know, you will not ask this question. If you understand what is God and who is God, if you define that, then you will know. You won't ask these kind of questions. Even children don't ask these kind of questions. They don't. Children don't ask these kind of questions. You understand? Okay, let's define God a little bit. God, I said in my last video, God is 2 in 1. He is God the Father. Like, as you know, you cannot have the Father without the Mother. That is highly impossible. The fact that God is also male and female together, you cannot separate them. One cannot exist without the other. There's no God without them being united. God is unity, is one. That is God for you. When they're united, there is life, there is miracles. You understand? How do you know? Look at the creation of the image. What was created? 2 beings. They were created, not formed. We're not talking about forming, created. Understand? Remember, to form, they were created. It was forming a human being, not a man, not a woman. That is why they had to separate them, because they were creating human being who's both man and a woman. Now that we understand what is God. So, where does God dwells? God dwells in you. He is your body is the temple of the Most High. Understand? Whenever people when they saw Jesus, they saw God. He even tells the Pharisees in John chapter 10 verse 34 to 38 that, don't you know that it is written that you are gods? Even though he knew that they were going to kill him, he still called them gods. Being a god does not mean you are to be worshipped. You understand? It doesn't mean you are to be worshipped. Being a god, it shows power. You understand? It is to acknowledge the I am, the creation, the creator. So, human beings are the most complete creation I've ever seen. You can buy a very expensive car, but it will never come with a mechanic. But when it comes to human being comes with a mechanic inside the body. The divine spirit is the Almighty himself. If he leaves you, you are lifeless. God is life and God is love. I remember when Jesus Christ violating the Sabbath in the Bible, the Pharisees had the same mentality that Jesus allowed his disciples to eat the grain. They were not supposed to eat the grain because it's Sabbath day. Understand? Then he told the Pharisees that Sabbath, Sabbath is made for men, not man for Sabbath. So the Bible is made for men, by men themselves. They made it for them to remind them of who they are, how to be one with the one inside them, how to be one with the Creator. But what do? They cannot think. They will rather die than using the intelligence that God planted in them. They will rather die. Imagine if Jesus did not spit his saliva on the sand, that man was going to be blind. But he did that the man could see again. He did that. Imagine if Jesus did not multiply those fishes. I'm telling you about the stories from the Bible. It's not the historical fact, it's stories. It means something. Anyway, let's pretend it is what happened. If he did not multiply those fishes, was he going to feed those people with spirit? to make the stomach full. If he did not spit on the saliva, was he going to heal that man from his blindness? Was he? That's the question one should ask. The fact that you create an idol out of the Bible, it's amazing in a very dumb way. You understand? It's despicable. Even a child can't ask this question. Today there are people who are dying without children, knowing very, very well that there's an old man next door who can make things happen. Human beings are God. They are God. Human beings. The Bible always speaks to you. It's all about you. There's no old man sitting in a chair in somewhere in the sky waiting for you. There's no such thing. There's none. When you die now, you're going where you come from. But if you live a dark life, that is where your spirit won't rest. Because your life, the people that you were tormenting here on earth. You ask, where is the true written? Human beings are the most complete creation that the Creator ever created. Remember, when you give birth to a child, your father, gift. I'm talking to you, gift now. Your father gave birth to you. That is a gift from God. He gave birth to you. That is why even if you cheat outside, you still make babies outside. Because everything is in you. The God that gives is in you. He's not somewhere sitting somewhere. He's in you. You are God. That was the Bible. That is what the Bible said. By the way, Jesus was quoting Psalms. The other says Psalms. Psalms 82 verse 6. You are God's. Gift. You are God's. You have to accept that. I know you grew up being taught that you are a sinner, you've got demons and all those kind of things. From Sunday school, you are being taught the very same thing. Because you are told that you are no good. You are not even close to God. You teach people that the devil is closer to people than God himself. That is why nothing changes, everything gets worse. Because people don't know that it's their responsibility to make everything right. To bring peace on the earth is their responsibility. Well, it's okay to go to the hospital. It's not okay to go to my neighbor who says Sangoma. He's about to save my life. But it's not okay. Because the Bible did not write that. It's not okay to drink tea because it's not written in the Bible. Who made the Bible? Who created the Bible? It's a man-made book. The very same 66-book Bible. There's a bigger one than this one. And the very same people that created this Bible for you, they don't use the same Bible that you are using. They use another Bible. And they know all the secrets. They will tell you the same thing that I'm telling you, that you are God. Nothing else, nothing more. But now you are asking, where is the T written? Are you serious? Not even children can ask this. Not even children can ask this kind of a question. I don't even know how to answer you. Because now you have turned the Bible into a superhuman brain. Without the Bible, you can't think. You don't have to think. When you build your church, you must first go look in the Bible. The rooms you must build, how big it is. When you wake up in the morning, you can't think. You don't have to. It's against the Bible. You build this cage around yourself. You end up becoming a slave of your own faith, your own belief. And even those who follow you, you drag them with you to make slave over them. Religion is not about being slaves. It's about freedom. People are dying in hospitals, whereas there's an old man or an old lady who can help them next door. Whereas there's someone who can cook tea, make them drink. They can give birth to children, but they die without children. Because why? You said you will pray for them, and you can't. That I can bet you can't. You can pray, but you can't. You can't, gift. You won't. Because why? You are a human being. You are complete. This is where God dwells in you. God dwells in you. Without every natural thing that you see on earth, God does not exist. It doesn't. For the biblical people to see God, they saw God through Moses, they saw God through Elijah, they saw God through Elisha, they saw God through Jeremiah, they saw God through Jesus, they saw God through so many prophets. But why can't they see God through you? If I give someone water and say drink, your headache will be cured, it's considered demonic. It's not written in the Bible. It's not written in the Bible. You know, Elisha told the king to go wash. He had leprosy. Why? I think it's leprosy. To the river to the river. He went to wash there. He was healed. Elisha did spill throw around the salt so that the rain can rain. Is it Elisha or Elijah? I think it's Elisha. And the rain came down. But why is it so hard? So hard for you to allow yourself to be who you are? Because at the moment, you're denying who you are yourself. You are denying who you are. There's another video I'm going to do about you, criticizing those who use touchable things as prophets. Peace.